Piece by piece, Louisville artist Andy Perez creates his latest masterpiece.
I paint paper and then cut it up and then make images with the cut up pieces of paper.
He juggles a full-time job and family life, spending any free time he can in his basement studio.
One day I would love to just be making artwork all the time.
Often drawing inspiration from everything from pop culture to religion.
Well, I usually start with sort of an idea of what I'm going to be making and then tailor the pieces to that.
His vibrant, bold creations have been featured in galleries around the country.
Kind of the thing that I want to do all the time, so it's kind of part of who I am.
But his biggest claim to fame came from overseas.
Écoute, Ron 404, c'est simple.
From a company in his own backyard.
Pané, free maison.
Recognize that face? Nope, look to the right.
A colorful portrait of Colonel Sanders, and he's wearing sort of like a rhinestone cowboy chicken suit. And here's some of the rhinestones.
He created the colorful Colonel 3 years ago.
I created the piece in 2016. It was part of a group exhibition at the Carnegie Center in New Albany.
But only recently did it catch the attention of KFC in France.
At first I was like, is this real? It seemed kind of like it could be fake.
Le poulet et moi, c'est une grande histoire.
But it was real. And I'm still sort of pinching myself.
Perez doesn't speak French, which means he's not even sure what they're talking about.
None of it.
But he's excited about the opportunity to bring his whimsical Colonel to an international audience.
Being born in Louisville, growing up around Louisville, and now living in Louisville, KFC's in Louisville, it's just a great connection.
And while Perez might not be the international icon Colonel Sanders is, he hopes his fellow Kentuckian will help launch his brand to the next level.
Well, I hope lots of people see it and love it and want to hire me to do more artwork for them.
Panic. Pain. Fear. And grief. September 11, 2001 changed our country forever. Nearly 3,000 people died in the terrorist attacks, most at Ground Zero, where the twin towers of the World Trade Center collapsed. And this Louisville man,
My name is Michael W. Phelps.
tells all who will listen
I served in Lexington, Kentucky.
he was there.
During 9/11, we were coming back from Hawaii from a convention, fireman's convention. A plane of us was, and the mayor, Giuliani, when our plane landed, came on a plane and asked for help.
His story of trauma and devastation
I worked up there every day for almost 6.5 months. Helped pull bodies.
like so many others, detailing what people endured during that terrible tragedy.
I got the 2 scars on my hand where I hit 2 sharp pieces of steel.
Except one major difference.
Reached in the debris.
This story is all a lie.
Not only was he not in the Lexington Fire Department system, he was not even in the Lexington-Fayette Urban County government system.
Phelps claimed he worked for both Lexington and Georgetown Fire for 28 years, and that the departments gave him this plaque
I don't want to be classified as a hero.
when he retired in 2012. So we looked further,
It will bring us up a list.
combed through the database of the Kentucky Fire Commission.
Anybody who's been active or inactive in the state of Kentucky as a firefighter.
This agency keeps certification records for every firefighter in the state.
There is no individual with that last name.
No mistake, no error.
Makes you more angry. It's a shame somebody would do something like that.
Leaders say Phelps didn't just make up working for Georgetown and Lexington.
It's unbelievable. I just cannot imagine somebody would come up with that kind of story.
There's no record of him ever being a firefighter anywhere in Kentucky.
If we have somebody that's going around that's not representing us in a good light, that does damage to the department or whichever department you're on, and it also does damage to the profession in general.
I am right here
I did this interview for Gladiator Sports Network.
in the middle.
The company planned to recognize Phelps on September 11th with an award for courage.
Right there.
It's in the vetting that it all fell apart.
My name is Michael W. Phelps.
That gaffe was a tell. Phelps didn't just make up being a firefighter. His real name is Mitchell, according to the marriage license we found. And a search of Kentucky's criminal records shows September 10th, 2001, a day before he claimed to be on that plane back from Hawaii, Mitchell Phelps was really pleading guilty to writing bad checks in Harrison County, Kentucky.
Why would you even do this?
We have no proof Phelps profited from this story or that he has a mental illness. But why? That's a $1 million question, and we asked ourselves.
Is Mr. Phelps here?
Yeah, give me just a second.
We'll come back to that conversation in a moment. But first, who believed Phelps?
The shelter director here at Wayside Christian Mission says Phelps stayed here about 10 years ago, and even then told stories about being a firefighter.
And here at Mission Barbecue in St. Matthews, Phelps visits often, we're told. Workers celebrate him and have even comped his meals. And look at this Facebook post from a worker. She wrote, "My eyes were widened as I listened in awe to Sergeant Phelps. He told me about his time at Ground Zero and the breathtaking sights he could describe as vivid memories." Notice the picture in the background.
We were going through the rubble digging for bodies. On the 4th day, we found the flagpole, then we found the flag, and we decided to stand it up.
Phelps tells wild stories about some of the most iconic pictures from the attack.
We helped carry Father Mike out, the Catholic preacher. He passed. He says, "God bless you children." And that really stuck with us.
He wants the pat on the back for something he didn't do, and he doesn't deserve a pat on the back. He deserves a kick in the ass.
Retired J-Town Fire Captain Matthew Keith really was at Ground Zero, really lost friends on 9/11.
I cry.
And is really hurt by the lies.
It's still a raw emotion to me. But that's why I wear this bracelet. That's why I have the memories that I have. That's why it hurts. It's still, this many years later, it is still a very raw emotion to me. And I don't think I'll ever lose that.
343 firefighters died on September 11, 2001. 200 others have died since, many lost to cancer.
We're doing a follow-up report on the story you told us regarding your firefighter service, and I would like to offer you the opportunity to clarify or correct anything that you told to us.
I'm not it. I don't want to.
Sir, the Kentucky Fire Commission says that you were never a firefighter in the state of Kentucky.
Not involved.
Did you lie to us? Why did you lie? What would you say to the firefighters who really were heroes on September 11th, sir?
He's a criminal. He's a criminal as far as I'm concerned.
This is the part people think of when you imagine fighting a fire. The flames crawling up the wall, the room full of smoke. Louisville Fire is hiring, and out of the expected 2,000 applications, they'll be able to take somewhere around 40 recruits. Monday, we got an inside look at the training those hirees will go through.
This job, more than any other job, is team-related.
That was clear from the start. It took a team to make sure our gear was in place. Then, up the stairs we went, and they led us by hand inside to the burn.
It is a little intimidating at first.
But Louisville Fire says it wants more women and minorities going into the profession.
I started bowling myself around 3 or 4 years old, since I could walk. So about 30 years I've been bowling.
He was about Gavin's age when he bowled his first 200.
I remember where that place is shut down now. So don't turn your hand, keep it straight.
Even at that age, he knew bowling was his passion.
Everybody's chasing a dream usually.
But only recently did he decide to go after that dream.
All the kids out on tour are 20, 25 years old, and I'm 34, so it's either now or never, and I decided to do it.
Balancing work, family, and life at the bowling alley.
Usually 2 or 3 times a week. I could bowl 10 or 20 games a day.
Putting in the work to make his dream come true.
I want to succeed for them, for my son, so he has somebody to look up to.
An injury threatened to end his professional career before it even started.
I had 3 options. I could quit bowling, take pills to deal with the pain, or have surgery, and I decided to just bowl two-handed.
He made the switch.
A lot of people say it was a blessing in disguise.
And it looks like it's finally paying off.